A cold winter is coming for President Zelensky. Recently, Ukrainian intelligence has collected 10 "it's a conversation" of Russian soldiers. North Korean forces from October 23rd, there are 77 battalion commanders. I'm going to Russia the next day. Before that, the New York Times quoted 2 U.S. officials, mentioned the same information that in 2311. North Korean soldiers have made a long journey, nearly 6,500 kilometers to CA. In the days that followed, there were other groups of soldiers. Secretary General Gatto later confirmed North Korean troops have been sent to Russia, and North Korean military units were deployed to Puska province. It's worth mentioning then, President Vladimir Putin. It has not denied the US and South Korean allegations. North Korea sending troops to Russia. When asked about satellite imagery, it shows the movement of the North Korean army. So this is what Mr. Deputy says. Image is a big problem. If there are images, they reflect something. Head of Crimean power. Then we'll talk about the fourth of the cooperation treaty between Russia and North Korea related to the issue of mutual defense. It says that Russia and North Korea were supposed to support each other militarily. In case one side is attacked, the experts predict that the presence of the North Korean army on the territory of Russia, it will be officially announced soon. After that, Putin signed the treaty in the eyes of the world. Image. North Korea has always been a country that pursues policy. It's almost completely self-contained. However, this country, it seems to be entering a new era, with a budding relationship between Mr. Kim and Mr. Yoon. Let's assume that what the West says is true. Then the handshake. It doesn't just lead to work. North Korean hot goods arrive in Russian hands. It also leads to work. North Korea sent tens of thousands of troops to help Russia fight Ukraine. What has changed in capitalism? Isolation of North Korea. What does Pyongyang get from its friendship with Moscow? In a way that we don't talk much about. This relationship. How does it affect the North Korean economy? The Korean peninsula has always been likened to a shrimp among the whales, unable to bear the battle when China-Japan, Russia scrambles for resource and territorial influence. 1895, the Japanese Empire defeated the dying Qing dynasty. Then, the Korean peninsula is under Japanese rule. Half a century after Japan is about to suffer 7 disastrous defeats. In World War II, the United States and the Soviet Union jumped into the peninsula. It temporarily divides this land along the 38th parallel. However, when the Cold War fall into a deep freeze, this border, it's becoming a solid wall, separate between the two, that led to 2 rival nations emerging in 1948. 1950, North Korea invades the South. The 2 sides fought for 3 years. The economies of both countries were devastated. Both the US and China are involved. It ended with an armistice, signed in July 1953. So it's technically peninsula. North Korea has always been at war, since then until now. Pyongyang, they chose to isolate themselves from the rest of the world. From 10 years 1950 onwards, under the leadership of Kim Il-sung, North Korea has gone subject to subject. It's about self-help to develop the economy, politics and defense, with little or no foreign help. However, subject thought, this does not preclude economic cooperation between countries, the socialist movement, and in fact, here's the key. For the development of North Korea then,